I'm gonna throw anyway, because I know there's a big boy that's been hanging around. There's one right there. There's one. Big one. What's going on, guys? Bassin' Up Marvin here, coming at you with a new video. And in this week's video, we got something special for you. This is for you bank fishermen and all you shore fishermen. We are going to do a bank fishing video out at the lake. Going to break down how I do my bank fishing this time of year and how I effectively cover water fishing the bank. I had a few hours, just 2 hours late evening a few nights ago, to get out on the water. Between editing and working around the house here and stuff, I decided to go out and fish. I was bored at the house, didn't want to sit here anymore, so decided to head out to the lake for the last 2 hours of daylight and see what we could do. So stay tuned. This is how I did it. This is how I effectively cover water from the bank as well. So here we go, y'all. So to start, I pick up my little Z-drop worm that I have rigged up on a 1/8 ounce Woo Tungsten Ned head, and I start throwing that, just popping it along the bottom, very slow. Oh, you little, I think I just missed a little guy. As you can see too, we got really overcast, kind of rainy conditions. It has been raining off and on throughout the day, and water's right around 61, 62 degrees in most areas of the lake that we are fishing. Next, I pick up my jig real quick and throw that around a few different areas, just popping it along the bottom. I'm gonna move down. So after making a few casts around here, hitting everything that I felt like was a productive area to catch a fish, I decided to pick up and move and head down the bank a little bit further, find some new water. Gotta keep it moving this time of year. Don't want to waste time in areas that aren't productive and aren't doing you any good. The camera didn't quite catch it, but this is real important. Before we get up to this spot, Kyle tells me he was just fishing here earlier and he didn't get any bites on this dock, so we didn't really need to fish it. But then you'll hear me say something in a few seconds here. It's pretty key and pretty funny with what ends up happening next, so stay tuned. There's a big carp.
Okay. You gotta go out and look and I'll let you know.
I'm gonna throw anyway, because I know there's a big boy that's been hanging around. There's one right there.
Yep.
He turned right away from it. There's one. Big one. That's a nice one. Heck yeah. There we go, guys. First one from the bank tonight so far. Solid one, probably about a good 3 3/4, 4 pounder probably. Heck yeah. It's a solid one. Off that little Nedworm again. Thing just kills them. Let that big fat mama go. There she goes. Fuck you.
That was so cool. There's another one right by this tree right here.
You got anything that looks close to that? Hey, that should work. That should work just as good, I would think.
Yep. That's not just tree right here.
Now, after catching that fish and fishing around a little bit more, decide to keep it moving down the bank a little bit. Real important fishing these docks, I'm keeping it moving pretty fast. I am hitting all the key areas and casting to all the productive areas, which are the corner pockets in the dock, right around where the cable attaches, the bridge that connects the dock to the land, and then I make a couple casts out into the open. And if there's any shoreline cover, I'll make a cast parallel to the bank on that as well. But for the most part, fishing around these docks from the shore, that is about all I'm doing, and then I'm moving and hitting on to the next one. It's not worth sitting there and keep fishing the same thing over and over again, because it probably ain't going to get you a fish. So it's good to keep moving, and that's what I do fishing these docks like this from the shore. So next, now I decide to pick up my chatterbait and pull that out and start throwing that around a little bit as well. I didn't have a moving bait on, and usually I will have a moving bait on as well to try to pick off any roamers around in between the docks and stuff. And I'll cast that in between casting my slower bait and try to pick off any active fish as well. I just didn't do that yet until now. I don't know what I was thinking. Tying on this chatterbait here. See if we can pick off any active ones, any roamers with that. Tied it up with a Palomar. There we go. Let's try that one. Wow, look at that big shad, guys. Holy cow. Now after casting the chatterbait around in there a little bit, not getting any bites, decide to pick up and move down the bank yet again and hit the next dock and do the same thing all over again. Hi. As you can kind of tell now too, it starts to rain on us. No!
Psych! Stupid! I'm not gonna let you get the chance.
You How did you get off? Well, guys, as you saw in this video, we didn't waylay a ton of fish. We were only out for probably about 2 hours at the most, right at the very end of the day. I had a little bit of free time at the end of the night between editing and doing stuff around the house that I got bored. I wanted to get out on the lake for a little bit and see what we could do. So we did a little bank fishing. It was a little bit easier than ripping the boat out and tearing all that out for just an hour's worth of fishing. But did catch a big girl and lost another one. So for 2 hours, that's not terrible. This time of year, typically we do a little bit better, but it wasn't amazing conditions that day. It was pretty windy and we were on a cold front as well, so that had him pushed back a little bit. But the little Z-drop worm on the Ned rig, weedless Ned head by Woo Tungsten, I was using an 1/8 ounce head, I believe. I was just popping that along the bottom. That's what did the trick on getting those fish to bite. That's what I've been catching a lot of my fish on lately. I'm not going to talk a ton about it because I did that in my last video. If you want to check that out, go check it out. We caught a ton of fish, some big ones, and I break down that little Ned rig and when I was doing a lot more. But I was covering water, wasn't wasting a lot of time at each dock I was fishing, making a couple casts to all the high percentage areas, which are like the little pockets on each side of the dock that it creates, the bridge. A lot of fish will hold up underneath the bridge that connects to the dock and right under the cables that go to the dock. A lot of fish will hang around them as well, and then I will cast 1 or 2 times out in the middle as well. That makes me feel like I've covered a good amount of water, and then I can move to the next dock and try. Most of the time they're sitting in the little pockets in the corners of the docks though. Lots of the time that's where I'm catching a fish or getting a bite. The smaller one that I missed was off of a little tree that was in the water. This time of the year these fish are going to be pushed up shallow and on any kind of cover, so if you see any trees around and stuff too, of course there's a good chance that there's a fish going to be on it. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Stay tuned for the next one. Get entered into my giveaway. We're going to be giving away a fishing trip with me as soon as we hit 2,500 subscribers. So to be entered in that, you got to be subscribed to the channel. You got to like this video. You can comment for an extra entry, and you can also share it in one of your social media pages and tag me in it. Definitely tag me in it, or I won't see it and you won't get that extra entry. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Stay tuned, y'all, for next Thursday and tight lines. Hopefully y'all get on some big donkeys this week.